Yeah, moving on to Liverpool against Wolves. So Liverpool won. I mean, it was a routine win for Liverpool. But what I liked about what about this was when I see Szoboszlai play, okay, of course he's not Gerrard, but he
Mhm.
passes. He takes a run and gets into a goal scoring position inside the box, and that is really good to watch. And especially when you have Trent Alexander Arnold on the right flank, that can be a really good tactic.
Soboslai, the biggest problem with Soboslai is that he does a lot of good work. He gets into great
Yeah.
positions, but he's not brave. You should see him the way he plays for Hungary. For Hungary, I don't know what it is. He is an attack over there. I don't think maybe that's just his role. He's way more attacking. He scores more. He creates more. At Liverpool, you'll see him that he's really good. He plays really well in that midfield three. He's our most forward going midfielder
Hmm.
right at the moment. But still, the criticism of Soboslai is that, and a lot of Liverpool fans is that he does not nearly score enough or he does not nearly create enough as much as he can. And I don't know if that is down to tactics. I don't know if that is down to the manager's instructions. We used to think that under Klopp, that is what it was because Klopp's all of Klopp's midfielders have always been like that, like they are workhorses, right? And I used to think, okay, maybe
Yeah.
now is the even now it seems to be like he has a little bit more freedom than before, but
Hmm.
that's the one thing that is lacking. He needs to he's doing well. I'm not saying he's doing bad, but there can be another aspect to his game, which is he can contribute more when it comes with goals and assists, which he's not been doing enough. And if he adds that to his game, amazing. We have a great midfielder. He almost scored against Wolves actually, but that was an
Yeah.
outrageous save, to be honest,
Hmm. Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
anything. But
Yeah.
those are the sort of things because you've not seen Chobos like go and get into the box as much as he did. He did that against AC Milan and he scored. He did that against Wolves and he almost scored. He does not do
Almost
that
got it.
enough. Yeah, he does not do that enough, and maybe that's something they might work on, and he might add to his game. But yeah, of course, he's a very talented player. But again, that's the only criticism I think Liverpool fans have of Soboslai.
So one quick point. So when you see Klopp's midfielder, so as you rightly said, most of them were workhorses. So that could be one of the reasons Thiago did not click at Liverpool. Because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, was a typical pep player or a typical
Yeah.
player who can pass the ball. But now how Slot uh, sort of uses the people like Thiago or people like Szoboszlai is something really interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, because Slot is not like Klopp, Slot is more of he's cut from that Dutch cloth. Maybe he prefers players passing more. So
Mm-hmm.
it would be really interesting to see how he uses players who are actually good on the ball.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, no.
exactly. And that is what, right? That's going to be the thing we all want to find out. What is it that he does with this midfield? Because this midfield is capable of, being really like McAllister and Szoboszlai are both they can contribute a lot, going forward. And we rather than just be like, of course we've spoken about how Klopp's Liverpool used to play. Henderson and Wijnaldum were constantly the one who used to support. They were always
Yeah,
carriers, right? From They used to always run with the fullbacks, and they were always, they used to do all the dirty work in the middle. But that's the
yeah,
thing. Now, I mean, we'll see. It looks like Slot, and I think what you said is correct about Slot is that he's more aligned with Pep. I think in the sense that
yeah,
he likes to keep possession more. He's
yeah,
not the one whose team is going to go right from the first minute and just absolutely run into the other team like Klopp's teams used to do. He's probably going to take his time, pass the ball around a little bit more. But yeah, the quality is there in the midfielders. But we'll see. I mean, it's too early to say right now what
yeah.
he's going to do with the midfielders, but it looks promising.
But another thing when you speak of Szoboszlai, I think it is also the him making runs into the penalty box is also dependent on the type of positions that Diego Jota takes. So
Hmm.
when you had Firmino, he wasn't really going to be the focal point. He was going to drop maybe to a side, or he was going to take very different positions, so you could have people working around him. Jota doesn't take those positions.
Yeah.
Jota isn't a 9, but Jota doesn't do half the kind of work that, say, Firmino did off the ball. So because of which the runs and the positions that maybe the midfield three have to make again change, right? So
Right.
I'll be two things. So I'll be interested in one, if Darwin Núñez actually plays, as in plays. I want to see what happens to Szoboszlai then, because then he'll be playing with a proper target man. So maybe then he'll have a lot more space to keep making those runs into the box. And secondly, I'm more interested in seeing what happens when Liverpool actually plays the top opposition. Because let's not talk about the United game, but all of the other games that they've played, I think it's been Ipswich and Bournemouth, and they've not played big. Let's be honest, they've not played big teams or
Great.
teams.
Any great teams here.
So what is more interesting for me to see is what happens to Szoboszlai and Gravenberch when they come up against, say, a Rice and a Partey, or they come up against, say, a Kovacic and whatever, Bernardo or whoever. So at that point of time, are they going to be able to balance their forays into the box with sustained periods when you're just going to be under the cosh? I don't know. That's probably what Liverpool fans.
We'll find out. We'll find out in about 4 weeks, because we are playing Arsenal away at Emirates.
Yeah.
But that's true. I think Slot in his interview also said the same thing. He's like that. We haven't played anyone in the top half of the league so far. United, yeah, but they're not there yet at the moment. But he said the same thing. He's like, we haven't really played anyone in the top half of the league so far. So far, yeah, it's been. And to be honest, a lot of our the Liverpool teams of the past, right? Not Klopp, but before Klopp, every time you would see, right, the Liverpool teams would always struggle against these small teams. Always. This is where we would always drop points. So in that sense, now Klopp is gone. In that sense, it looks to be like okay, so far it's looking promising. We're playing the smaller teams. We'll go to Crystal Palace next. Let's see what happens. But it's looking good so far, in the sense that, okay, we are able to go out there. We didn't play anything great against Wolves. Actually, if you saw the match, I think there was absolutely nothing in that game. There was not one standout player. Gravenberch was probably the only standout player. He got the man of the match at the end. But other than that, there was not one memorable, nothing, no standout performances, nothing. So it's a good thing. But yeah, we'll see what happens when we actually play against one of the big teams, especially like Arsenal and all, who are that will be the true test of that current midfield three, which is working so well.
Yeah, but that's a very good point, that Liverpool used to drop too many points against smaller teams. So even I know that it's fun to mock Gerrard for slipping against Chelsea, but I don't think that was the reason Liverpool lost that league, that title.
Of course not. Have you seen our defenders? Who our defenders were? Kolo Toure.
No, agreed. I agree. But what I'm saying is, I think Liverpool had, I think, 10 draws or something in that season. Lot of draws against small teams. So that is what killed Liverpool's title challenges. And honestly, as you rightly said, that team wasn't even that good. We have to give a lot of credit to first Suarez and second Brendan Rodgers to get the best out of that lot. Because Suarez
I
was
think
just
it was Suarez, Sturridge, Coutinho, Gerrard, and Henderson.
Yeah.
These 5 players. I mean, it was genuinely a case of we were conceding 3 or 4 goals every game at the back. Not every game, but every 2 or 3 games we would concede a lot, and then up front Suarez and Sturridge would go and save us. That's all. You should see some of the goals that we conceded that season. Kolo Toure and all, कुछ भी own goal, किधर से भी own goal. Him and he is scoring own goals. And उनके पीछे वो दूसरा hero Simon Mignolet, do you know? And who was our right back? John Flanagan, and left back Ali Sissoko. One of the worst.
Was Sakho partnering this guy?
Sakho, Kolo Toure, John Flanagan, and left में Ali Sissoko था, and और एक कोई तो था, मेरे को याद नहीं है. But and Daniel Agger was there, Skirtle was there, but Agger was, as always, he's just injured the entire time.
To anyone listening, almost a decade ago, Abhishek had referred to Flanagan as Flanu, which was a play on him apparently being the next Cafu. He'll deny this, I'm pretty sure, but
I will
They,
not deny this because do you know actually Kafu said John Flanagan is my successor.
he might have been drunk.
Well,
He is a Brazilian.
huh?
He might have been drunk. He is a Brazilian.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean all the even didn't Pele also say like he has all his successes that he has named have all been flops.
एक
Yeah,
second.
but that can
Hendrik
happen, right?
ने बोला कि Bobby Charlton is one of my favorite players.
I saw that interview. मेरे को
Hendrik
समझ
का
में नहीं
बाप
आया
भी पैदा नहीं हुआ था
अभी
जब ये Bobby
Charlton कहाँ
Charlton
से
था.
आया.
Hendrik का बाप भी पैदा नहीं हुआ रहेगा.
I know. I
Yeah, but
saw that interview. I was like, this is Bobby
Bizarre.
Charlton. Who is my hero? Bobby Charlton.
Bobby
अरे
Charlton.
Bobby Charlton.
no, Abhishek will deny a lot of things. He used to rave about Bruno Cheru as well. So but he is very good at making things up and leave it on someone else. Okay.
Mhm. Not
No,
true.
but
Not true at all.
but even this can happen, right? When you see someone. So I used to rave about Revel Morrison. I thought Revel Morrison was outstanding player. But now, where is he now?
Yeah.
So there is a possibility that we feel when young players they are very 17, 18, at that time they actually show promise. But then there is a point of actually applying yourself and playing in. And at times, so Rohit will remember the injury to Rodrigo Possible
Oh
that
yeah.
Pogard is his fault.
Middlesbrough. Yeah.
So during that 2009 and 2013, Ferguson did not buy any midfielder. He just retired that position and
But
had
we've seen Anderson and Cleverley as a first choice midfield for 5 months
yeah,
in the season that we lost on goal difference.
yeah.
I remember I think the first 4 or 5 games we beat Arsenal 8-2. Then we lost 6-1 or whatever it was to City.
No. So I think the first game was Wigan, second was Tottenham. We defeated Spurs. Then
Ah.
it was Arsenal. Then probably it was Bolton. Do you recall that Kevin Davis's tackle on Cleverly?
Oh yeah, he got injured.
Yeah, he got injured, and there was I think another game, and then we faced City, and that was our first loss, and we lost 6-1.
Anderson was quite a horror. See, another Brazil. I'm telling you, don't listen to what Brazilians say. Telling you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Segue. Speaking of Brazilians, does anyone want to speak about Bruno Guimaraes and Co and what they did against Man City? Unless there's another thing Dodo wants to highlight about Liverpool. Sorry, I don't want to rain on your parade, but
How did we get onto the topic of what were we talking about?
no one knows. We just
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
move on from one topic to the other. No, but any closing things about Liverpool you think? Okay, let me ask you this. Have you switched your expectations from, oh, we are okay just to getting into the top 4 to now we should be in a sustained title challenge?
No, not yet. Too early. It's too early to say. And neither of us are Arsenal fans. This is what Arsenal fans do. It's like 5 match के बाद अरे title challenge. अरे क्या 6 मैच हुआ है रुक जाओ जरा. This is I have a couple of my friends also who are Arsenal fans. उन लोग भी suddenly नवंबर में स्टार्ट हो जाता है टाइटल. बोला अरे नवंबर हुआ है अभी हार्डली रुक जाओ जरा थोड़ा टाइम दे दो उसको. But no, I think it's way too early to say. It's I mean honestly, if we had played some big teams and all right, which we haven't yet, so I think it's too early to say at the moment.
I
I'll
think
be
we
happy if
see
we are
you
in the top
trying
4.
to contain your excitement, but yeah,
Huh?
okay, we'll take that. We see you trying to contain your excitement, but yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to keep my expectations down at the moment.
okay,
We will see what happens afterwards.
okay.